What up guys, my name is Kong and today I'm going to be doing another anime review. Today we're talking about My Hero Academia Season 3 Episode 22. So Episode 22 is really about Deku and Bakuago, really. And this episode is really about these two guys. You know, they're Bakuago is he have all this pent up energy, not energy, but this kind of anger, this resentment, this frustration, not misunderstanding, but questioning, doesn't quite know how to, ask or ask questions, that sort of thing. He's kind of almost your typical teenager, not typical teenager, typical high schooler who is trying to, find his place in the world, find who he really is, who he can become, and that sort of thing. And we get to see how both of them really revere and look up to All Might, and they're chasing after that podium, so to speak, that goal, that what's the word for not plateau, but that prize or that level of All Might, but being All Might. Well, All Might symbolize peace and heroes and bringing a smile to people's face and that sort of thing, But then this episode is really about Bakuago being mad, angry that Deku had come up. Bakuago could tell that he's becoming stronger, faster, and eventually he feel like Deku can eventually surpass Bakuago at one point. Just sure because Deku have the All Might, the all for one for all. I should believe one for all. Yeah, one for all. And because of what All Might was able to do with that quirk, that Bakuago would never ever able to reach that level of awesomeness, that level of power, that level of speed that All Might can, because that Deku can eventually reach up to, because of the quirk being passed down and that the potential of that quirk. So Bakuago, he feel inferiority. He feel like he is no longer the one that's leading. He feel like he's the one that's falling behind, which I understand perfectly well, because when I look at my cousins and uncles, everybody seems to be moving forward with their life. They're getting married, they're buying houses. And look at me, I'm still, living with my parents in the basement. And I'm still struggling. I'm still trying to, make a living. Trying to make a living with YouTube. Trying to find a better job. Save some money so I can get a house. But, that's where, this related to this character. I can relate to Bakuago's, his grief, his grudge against Deku. So I understand that, he is, he's frustrated, he realized that Deku is coming up. Deku's gonna pass him because All Might was the one, All Might was the best of all, no one can really top All Might. No one really can. And what I like about this episode also that I like the voice over of both of the characters, especially Bakuago. And Bakuago, you could tell the emotion in his voice. Kudos to the actor did his voice. I felt his anger, I felt his sadness, I felt his frustration, and you typically don't find that in voiceover. You really do. You really do. But in those moments, that those actors that did a voiceover are really good and they execute it well. I mean, I can tell, I can hear the the ups and down in Bakugo's voice, the shakiness in his voice, the like you can hear the actors crying. You know, that's how good the voiceover was. You could tell that he was actually crying. So I really liked that, and also I really liked the fight between Deku and Bakugo. It was creative, it was dynamic, it was explosive, it was fast. I like that. It really complement or showed the character's style. You know, with Bakugo is more about explosiveness, jumping, you know, going up and down verticals. Where Deku is more about speed and kicking and maneuverability. Is really good. So it shows that fighting dynamic, and what I love is that Bakugo, you know, Deku is probably the better of the fight. Deku is probably the better fighter of the two, because he understands how to pull a fast one, you know, on people. So what he did, what I like at the end, where Bakugo think that he was going to do another kick, but he didn't, and then he pulled a punch on Deku. So yeah, I thought that was like crazy. I was like, oh man, I thought he was gonna do that. He did it. I mean, imagine if Deku went 100% or at 6%, it would have taken out Bakugo out immediately. I mean, he didn't go 100%. Deku went, you know, Bakugo would have been, his face would have been obliterated, or, you know, who knows. But I feel like Deku was holding back. Overall, it was his fellow classmate, because it was a friend, you know, an acquaintance, a close friend, and he doesn't want to decimate your friend, you know, and to be thrown in a can, you know, throw in the hole, you know, that sort of, so to speak. So like, I believe that Deku is a better fighter of the two, and he is the more cool, level-headed of the two, because Bakugo is really full of rage. You know, he's like, I'm gonna do whatever I want. He's like gung-ho, he's going in, you know, doesn't really think about the consequences and all that stuff. You know, he's think about it later, you know, which is a good thing and bad thing. But with Deku is more strategic, more thinking, you know, level cool. That is the quality of a leader, you know. And All Might was a leader in some way, you know, in his hero form. He was a leader for the generation that was coming after him, you know. That's why. So that is the also, I forgot what I also like about, also in the end, where Deku took the initiative. Notice, Deku took the initiative and asked Bakugo, what do you think of my shooting style? And Bakugo's like, you know what, it's not great in a slugfest. Basically, you know, when you're fighting hand to hand, you really need to use your hand too. And I truly believe that in any fight, you gotta use your hand and your hand. And your hand and your leg, both, because you have them. Why not use them? You know. So I understand in Deku's situation, he can't use fully until he, you know, grow into it, or slowly increase the power so he can use all 100% of it. So I understand, and I like that Deku took the initiative and Bakugo, you know, responding like they're sort of, you know, understanding, communicating each other. And that is the key in life, is to communicate. Even if you don't like each other, even if you don't you're mad at each other, you have to take the initiative, and one or the other have to take the initiative and really talk to each other. So anyway, guys, I want to say thank you so much for your time and effort to watching My Hero Academia review, the episode season 3, episode 22. Alright guys, please thumbs up, share, subscribe, and browse my YouTube channel. Smash the bell button, help me. It's a mutual relationship. But anyway, take it guys, bye bye.